Alright guys, I was gonna just show you a little bit about how I'm slaying this particular Titan. Um I haven't been using these, but this is probably the best potion setup. It's Purify, Star Potion, and Clarify Potion. You could put Mega Star Potions in there if you're really nervous, but so far I really haven't had to use. Every once in a while I've had to use a Star Potion, but I really don't even need to use potions in this, and you'll see what I mean. Zale is the same setup. I've got him with my Leech Runes. He's good, and I don't need to heal that much on this Titan right now. Later on, I might. I don't think I'm gonna need to adjust anything. Adela, in my opinion, she is one of the best characters because just like the Hydra, she is hugely important with removing corrupt, poison, and burn. Not to mention that she gives you a shield. So it's like getting free HP, basically. It's preventing HP damage. In a way, it's kind of like healing or whatever. Her runes, I've got her set up with counter. But also, I've got a really nice piercing with her as well. So, she doesn't have a whole lot of attacks, so I haven't seen a whole lot of damage with her yet. I don't really, I'm really kind of rethinking this build as well. I might go back and focus a little more on her defense, just so I can benefit more from her shield. But anyways, it's not the main reason I'm using her though is to remove corrupt and burn and things like that. My Hydra set up just like how I've always had him set up. Let's kill this Titan. This is one of those Titans where this is one of those Titans where it's really important to like gauge out when you use certain skills and when you might need to use a potion. You really want to keep track of the counters and things like that. There's only a few little hiccups that he can do. The main one is where he removes your shield. It says rust, but really it's when he does it, it's called armor flip, and that really sucks because I do rely on my shields a lot to outlast him. But anyways, let's. So basically, I just anything above 12, I'm attacking, because I want to activate every single turn. Most of my damage comes from direct sunburn, which I always use Aldrich in this fight unless I'm just really hurting for HP. Obviously, blaze, and then the occasional counter and the occasional destroy. That he affects me with Milady, because at any point I can get rid of all my debuffs by using the Hydra. I do use the Hydra pretty often just to keep my health. I use the Hydra. I use the ability just to keep my HP full often. But there are certain instances you'll see, or good grief, that I don't. I kind of hold off using the skill. Okay, this is just really unlucky. That's my dad. Let's see. I basically always do that. I'm gonna turn off the sound effects as well. For the first half of the fight, it's gonna do extra damage, about 150,000, and I want to catch that burn if I can. It's very important to use your shield when he's got one turn to go. Divinus Muris, mainly, because that way I can block for 2 attacks. Since he's not on fire, I'm going to go ahead and use Zale's Blaze. If he was already burning, I would wait until the burning is over before I would use Zale, so that way I can maximize how much burn damage I do to him. Excuse me. I've been doing a lot of talking lately. So as you can see, he didn't even get through half my shield. So since I waited until I could do it on turn 2. I guess that is technically more efficient, but you just want to make sure that the shield lasts for 2 attacks. and depending on your cooldown, it might be more important to use it on when he's got 2 turns to go. Again, right now I'm just charging all my energy. He did Corrupt. I am not going to use Adela's ability until Corrupt has 1 turn left to go. Because if I were to use it now, when he has on his next attack, he could Corrupt me again. So I want to maximize the usage of Adela's ability. So I'll just kind of wait it out, hopefully to catch a destroy here and there. But as you can see, mostly I'm just doing 1 point of damage with every single attack. And that does kind of suck. The reason why that is, it's not because my attack is low, and it's not because his defense is so high. It's because if you look, he's magical. So, and none of my characters are spellcasters. So, it's sort of like before any of the damage is calculated, it goes ahead and subtracts a certain amount of damage that I can do. So, and then in addition to that, it subtracts a certain amount of damage that I would do based on his defense. So, unless I use a spellcaster or have an ability to lower his defense, for the most part, I'm only going to do one point of damage. You'll see there's some instances where Adela breaks through, but that's only because she has so much piercing right now. We'll get into more of that in here in a little bit. Or if I get a critical, that will do some damage. So now he's gone through a second cycle of attack. Corrupt has 1 turn to go. So now I'll use Adela's shield. And her shield doesn't protect me as much. It'll still block it for at least 1 attack and a little bit of a second attack. I'm just getting really unlucky. But her shield is meant more so for just to remove the Corrupt. And Mad keeps on talking about how you can use the Hydra to protect yourself from death. You can do that from Burn and Corrupt. Poison will actually never kill you. It always does a percentage of however much health you have left. I'm going to go ahead and use his recovery just so I can stay at full health. Sometimes I save it a little bit if I'm anticipating him using some attack to lower my defense or something. But right now I know that my Direct Sunburn is going to charge before he gets to attack. So I was fine with using my recovery. And now the luck is just kind of rolling my way. As I mentioned earlier, like I said, you want to wait to use Divinus Mirrors until he has 1 turn to go. I'm going to show you actually, as long as he attacks every 3 turns, you actually can use Divinus Mirrors right now because it lasts for 5 turns. So I can use it now and I'll still be able to block 2 attacks. He's water type now, so my Zale is not going to do as much damage, but it still does a chunk, like 30 something, or 28,000. And if I can catch the leech, I'm still going to gain 2,000 or 3,000 HP. So this fight is still definitely doable using this setup, and I think this setup is definitely the safest bet. I think it will be the most consistent. There's definitely other setups I could do to do more damage, but I will not be able to outlast this Titan once I get into the 45 and higher. Using this setup right here, I think I could probably solo all the way up till Titan number 50, probably. I'd have to waste a lot of potions to do that, so probably around Titan number 45 or 46, I'll start using reinforcements just so I don't have to waste a bunch of potions or whatever. As you can see, the Adela, she's the one that's piercing through his armor sometimes, because I have 60% piercing. And he can only block... I still have to test some things to figure out exactly how the enemy's defense works. I have some ideas, but I'm not 100% certain. As you can see, the fight is staying pretty nice. Now, I'm actually not going to heal this turn, because if I start healing right now, as soon as he attacks, he could cause Milady, he could lower my defense, so he's going to hit me anyway. I might as well see if there's a possible status effect. That way I can maximize my healing, just in case he causes Milady. So I'll attack now, see what he does, and there, okay, all I did was stun. Which that kind of sucks, because now I can't heal. But it only lasts for 4 turns. I'm not really in any danger. And I didn't bring any anti-stun potions. So instead of a star potion, I could bring stun potions, but it's not really that necessary. Besides, the star potion is significantly more useful. If I needed to, I could use a star potion to get my Divinus Mirrors with Aldrich and use that as a shield if I really needed to. So I'm really safe. I was tempted to use Zale for the direct sunburn so that way I could have maybe possibly gained some HP back. But again, I'm not really that concerned. I'm going to take one more hit and then I can start recovery again. I'll have both shields up. Really, I'm going to be fine. And plus, Blaze is coming up in a second. I could get some healing off of that. All right, so I could have used Divinus Mirrors last turn. It doesn't really matter. The only reason you'd want to use it one turn earlier is just in case you get that bad luck where you get the water draws. Just so he can recharge his ability a little faster. But I have his skill maxed out, so it always refreshes by turn 5. Or by turn 6, I mean. Let's see. It's just unlucky I should have hit again. I wasn't paying attention. I feel like I've got everyone watching and they're all going to critique. I got to make sure I'm making all the right decisions. Like I said, waiting until this corrupt has one turn left is really important to maximize how often you remove corrupt. The only drawback is if you get carried away with hitting and attacking, you might forget to use her shield on this next turn. And then it's insta-death, because right now, if the corrupt does hit me, it's going to do like 28,000 damage. I think corrupt is a little bit broken. I think they should fix it a little bit to where it's not an insta-kill so fast. Because like by the time the Titan gets to like level 15 or level 16, corrupt is enough damage to one-shot even me. So I feel like they should balance that out a little bit, or find some way to be able to mitigate the damage somehow rather than all or nothing. But then again, I do kind of like the fear aspect. It's a little scary knowing that you're going to get corrupted. I'm going to go ahead and use Zale Direct Sunburn and see if I can catch that leech. Nope. I probably should have just went ahead and used Aldrich. It would have been more damage. I'm going to go ahead and use recovery. The nice thing is this Titan doesn't multi-attack, so it's much easier to gauge out, how many hits, or how you're not going to get hit with anything unexpected, except for when he does the shield flip, and right there you can see cause Milady. So now I don't get to benefit from any of that healing. But I was kind of aware of that, and it's okay because Aldrich's got his shield coming up. Let's see if I can get any leech off of this. Yeah, that was nice. And then Divinus Mirrors. And as you can see, I'm still staying in the 75% range of health. I'm not really that concerned. Let's see. Yep, I'll be able to use her shield one turn before the corrupt goes off. As long as I don't, draw a bunch of water or whatever. As long as I can activate every single turn. And even if I did, I've got a star potion, so it's not that big of a deal. The reason why I like this setup is just there's so many ways to protect yourself using this team. Not to mention, just those big punches with direct sunburn. Now, I don't really care about removing the lowering of my attack, because the only thing that's going to do is it's going to prevent Adela from doing any damage with her every once in a while critical hit or whatever. So I'm just going to let that slide, because it doesn't affect the damage, the main damage that I'm doing. It doesn't affect counter, and it doesn't affect destroy. So I'm gonna leave my my Hydra's recovery. I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna use it because on this next cycle he might lower my defense, and I want to be able to remove the debuff so that way I can use blades to finish him off. But he didn't really do anything anyway. This isn't going to recharge in time, so I might want to use a star potion, but I think I'm going to be able to kill him with Zale in this next turn. Possibly not. I'm still going to try to not use a potion, even if Blaze isn't enough to kill him, and I'll show you the method of how to protect yourself using the Hydra's healing technique. I'm not going to use Divernus Mirus yet. It's important to have the Hydra's healing and Divernus Mirus, the shield. If you want to fully protect yourself, it's important to have both of those at the same time when you're going to do this method. So I'll show you that right now. Unless Zale kills him. And it didn't. So I'm going to let him hit me. Now, next turn, it's going to do probably like 30,000 damage or so. So I'm going to go ahead and, before it happens, before Corrupt goes off, I'm going to go ahead and use the Hydra. It'll heal me once. Next turn, I'm going to take a ridiculous amount of damage. Like 30, or 29,000. That's enough to kill me, but since recovery was active, it healed me 149 HP. Which he can still kill me in one hit, but that's why it's so important to have Divernus Mirus, to protect yourself from the next hit. I might catch some leech off of that. I didn't. But now I can use Divernus Mirus, and because he'll do more than 1,700. But now my shield is a way that I've sort of protected myself. And this shield will protect me for 2 more turns. The only danger if he uses armor flip. So I guess that I was being a little ballsy. Yeah, not a big deal. And now I have enough HP to last at least 1 attack. So as you can see, I'm able to kill this Titan. Even if he hits me at the wrong time, I'm able to kill him without having to use any potions. Now I'm definitely going to use... No, I'll use Aldrich, because I have enough damage to kill. This will be enough damage to kill him. And also, if I have Milady, I'm not sure. I don't know if that affects Leech or not. I don't know if since my recovery is lowered, I don't know if that would reduce how much Leech I would get. But right now, I just want to guarantee the kill, so I'm going to go for Direct Sunburn. It's definitely going to be enough to kill him now. So yeah, that's Leviathan. I think that was level 37, I think. If you guys have any questions or any comments, or you have a better way of doing this, I'm all ears for it. I'm not the kind of guy that has too much pride to admit when I'm wrong. And I'm always looking for ways to improve. Good luck, guys, in killing the Titans, and yeah, talk to you guys later.